Let me guess. You're the most skilled person on your team. You consistently deliver the best results, yet you're stuck watching co-workers who are, let's be honest, less talented, climb the ladder and get the promotions you deserve. It's infuriating. It makes you question everything. But what if I told you this isn't just bad luck? There's a psychological reason this keeps happening. In the modern workplace, perceived confidence often crushes actual competence. And that's the one skill you've been missing. It's a story we all know too well. You, the expert, the one who quietly gets things done and delivers exceptional work, are sitting in the exact same chair you were in last year. Meanwhile, that other person you know, the one who talks a great game, but whose work you secretly have to fix, is now your new manager. How on earth does this happen? It feels like a paradox, right? You believe your work should speak for itself, that in a fair world, pure measurable skill would be the only thing that matters. But the hard truth is, that's not the world we work in. The modern workplace isn't a pure meritocracy. It's a complex social jungle where perception is reality, and the people who get ahead aren't always the most skilled. They're the ones who are best at projecting the image of skill. They've mastered the art of being seen. In a lot of companies, if your work isn't visible, it might as well have never happened at all. This creates a broken system where confident, self-promoting people get the promotions, the raises, and the cool projects, even if they're less competent. It leaves the truly talented but quieter contributors feeling invisible, undervalued, and completely stuck. And this isn't just a feeling, it's a well-documented phenomenon backed by decades of psychological research. There are powerful biases at play that trick our bosses, and even us, into mistaking confidence for competence. So let's get into the psychology of why your loud but wrong co-worker just got promoted. Two big ideas explain this: the Dunning-Kruger Effect and the Confidence versus Competence Paradox. First up, Dunning-Kruger. Back in 1999, psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger found that people with low ability at something tend to dramatically overestimate their skill. Simply put, incompetent people often don't have the self-awareness to see that they're incompetent. It creates a dangerous illusion of superiority. Think about that coworker who's always the first to talk in a meeting, just beaming with confidence, but their ideas are shallow or totally unworkable. According to Dunning and Kruger, they aren't necessarily lying. They genuinely believe they're a genius. Their incompetence literally robs them of the ability to see their own flaws. On the flip side, highly competent people often do the exact opposite. They underestimate their own abilities. You are so aware of the nuances and complexities of your field that you assume the tasks that are easy for you are just as easy for everyone else. This leads to a wild situation where the least skilled are the most boastful, and the most skilled are the most humble. In a busy office, who gets noticed? The one who sounds absolutely certain. This brings us to our second problem, the Confidence versus Competence Paradox, researched extensively by psychologist Dr. Tomasz Chamorro-Premuzic. His work shows there's a huge mismatch between the traits we think we want in a leader and the traits that actually make them effective. We're naturally drawn to people who seem confident and charismatic. Our brains are wired to pay attention to them. The problem? There is almost no overlap between how good people think they are and how good they actually are. Chamorro-Premuzic argues that we constantly choose leaders based on their confidence, not their competence, on their charisma, not their humility. The result? Companies are full of overconfident but incompetent managers who are unaware of their own limits, take credit for others' wins, and blame everyone else for their mistakes. When it's promotion time, decision-makers fall for the illusion, promoting the person who looks the part, not the person who can do the job. This is also tied to the Peter Principle, the idea that people get promoted to their level of incompetence. So yeah, the system is rigged, not out of malice, but by the very wiring of our brains. We're programmed to see confidence and think competence, and that puts talented, humble people like you at a massive disadvantage. But you don't have to stay there. Knowing why this happens is one thing. Doing something about it is another. The answer isn't to become an arrogant jerk. The answer is to learn the skill of projecting confidence and making your competence visible. It's about making sure your value is not just created, but also seen and recognized. Here are 3 strategies you can start using today. It's a huge myth, that just doing great work is enough. If the people in charge don't know who you are, they can't promote you. As leadership expert Stephen Krempel puts it, if you are not visible, you are invisible. This means you have to be proactive. It's not about bragging, it's about strategic communication. Send your boss a weekly update with a few bullet points on your wins and how your work is moving the needle. When you finish a big project, don't just email the final file. Write a quick summary of the process, the challenges you smashed and the results you got. Volunteer for projects that get you in front of other teams and leaders. And for goodness sake, speak up in meetings. You don't have to dominate the conversation, but offer one thoughtful insight or ask one smart question. When others talk about their work, you should feel just as empowered to talk about yours. This isn't playing politics, it's making sure your wins are part of the story. Confidence is a skill, not a personality trait, and most of it is nonverbal. Even if you're a bundle of nerves on the inside, you can project confidence on the outside. Fun fact, research shows that faking it can actually trick people into seeing you as self-assured, which in a wonderful feedback loop makes you genuinely feel more confident. Start with your body language. Stand tall, shoulders back, chin up. A powerful posture can literally change your brain chemistry, making you feel more dominant and less stressed. Next, eye contact. Holding steady eye contact is one of the biggest signals of confidence. If it feels weird, practice on people you don't know, like the barista at the coffee shop. In video calls, look right into the camera when you speak, and watch how you talk. Nerves make us talk fast. Slow down. Use pauses. It makes you sound like you're in complete control. Also, turn up your volume just a bit. You don't need to shout, but speaking slightly louder than normal makes you sound more assertive. Finally, smile. It releases endorphins that reduce stress and makes you appear more approachable, trustworthy, and yes, competent. The final piece is internal. You have to stop seeing confidence as a personality flaw and start seeing it as a career tool. The goal isn't to become arrogant. It's to make sure the perception of your ability finally matches the reality of your ability. Start by assuming the best about yourself. Before a big meeting, change your inner monologue. Instead of, "I hope I don't mess this up," tell yourself, "I know what I'm talking about, and I have something valuable to add." This tiny shift changes how you carry yourself. Also, ask for feedback. Ask a manager or a trusted colleague how you come across. This can help you spot any gaps between your incredible skill and how people perceive it. And remember, humility is still a superpower. The best leaders are humble. This isn't about losing that, it's about adding a layer of strategic visibility on top. You can be both incredibly skilled and confident enough to show it. The two aren't mutually exclusive. If you're tired of being the best-kept secret at your company, hit that subscribe button. We're going to dive deeper into the skills you need to not only be the best at what you do, but to finally get the credit you deserve for it. And do me a favor, share this video with one person you know who is brilliant but feels stuck. They might need to hear this today. Feeling like the most talented person in the room but the last one to be recognized is demoralizing. But it's not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of a flawed system that often values loud confidence over quiet competence. We know that, thanks to things like the Dunning-Kruger Effect, the loudest voices often belong to the least capable. And we know that our gut instinct for choosing leaders is often wrong. But you are not powerless in this. You can't rewire the human brain, but you can change how you operate within the system. By making your work visible, by learning the language of confidence, and by shifting your mindset, you can close the gap between your talent and your trajectory. Your skills and your work ethic got you this far. Learning to play the perception game is what will finally get you the promotion you've already earned. Stop letting less skilled people get ahead of you. It's time for your competence to be seen,